So anyway,
All
right.
We're already rolling, so...
Centre Stage podcast number 6, we have Molly Curtis.
Woo! Hey Molly.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you. We've
We've heard
a lot about you, but we've never actually met you.
Coming, but we're here now, so...
Yeah.
We are here now, it's very exciting.
I mean, the last time I saw you, before I got in touch with you about this, was the Lockdown Live Lounge streams.
It was, yeah.
And you had a lighter coloured hair, if I remember.
I've done a lot of changes to lockdown.
Yeah. Well, it has, what is it? It's been 2 or 3 years now, hasn't it?
Yeah, sort of.
2.5, 3 years?
At the start, it's when everyone sort of jumps on the bandwagon of the
everybody
lockdown live
was
lounge
doing
sort of
it.
thing.
And it was great.
Oh yeah, to be fair, it was
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Good for about a month.
I don't know. The few months thing is, a few people got giddy and wanted to do it every night, and I'm just like, no, don't do it every night.
You get bored.
Yeah.
And then eventually, it was taking up the majority of my time. Just trying to sort it out, get the artists sorted out, doing all the technical side of stuff.
Yeah, because it was a big job to get everyone linked in.
Organised.
It all.
Because that Lockdown Live Lounge group, I moderate it now, you see.
Yeah.
But it's got just short of 4,000 members.
Wow, that's insane.
And that's come from people wanting to, obviously the artists playing on the live lounge, and people, so in order to watch the live streams, people had to join anyway.
Yeah.
So was lockdown? Was that the spark for your? What did you just say? Off mic wellness and what did you say?
Health and well-being.
Health and well-being.
I'm saying that because that's the team I work with at work, so I'm just doing a bit of self-promotion. And,
shout out to Molly's Health and Well-being team.
Promote and
anything you want,
and plug anything you like.
Nice one.
This is about
I've got to reel them all off now.
Yeah, get it crazy. You've got as much time as you like. Don't worry about it.
No, I actually, that's the opposite what happened basically. I moved into a house with my boyfriend, and
still your boyfriend?
Yeah, still my boyfriend. Yeah, we live together now, and
Excellent.
we've not got sick of each other just yet, which is quite good.
That's a good sign. How long have you been together?
Just short of 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Just over 2.5 years ago now. It's literally lockdown.
So it took 2.5 years for you to move in together.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good timing. It took me and my wife 3 years. Well, my wife would have moved in. Well, she's my wife now. She wasn't then, but she would have moved in with me after about a year and a half. I'm just like, nope, not yet.
No,
well,
I
sort of moved in with him a little bit beforehand because I moved in with his parents.
Right, okay.
For like a year.
That's also interesting.
Do you know what? It sounds horrendous to a lot of people, but it wasn't actually that bad. And I'm not just saying that for the podcast. I promise you.
Molly's boyfriend's parents is like, suspicious. I
They looked after me real well, to be fair, and it was nice.
That's great.
Got to spend a bit of more time with him, I suppose. So.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
But yeah, then we moved in. Well, we bought the house in February and then moved in. April.
And where
so,
you live in Goole?
In Goole, yeah, just in Goole. And that was when lockdown was at its sort of initial peak of
the first one.
Everyone was going.
So did you get?
Are we gonna fucking die of a cough? Yes.
So yeah, we had
so you would have got
house
before. So you would have got the house before the house prices went ridiculous.
Yeah, basically, we were very, very lucky.
But you're like, so your like initial living together was literally together all the time.
Yeah,
that's
basically.
Awesome. And you're still together. That's great.
And we're still together. We haven't got sick of each other.
That's
so
lovely.
I think that counts for something.
Shout out to Molly's boyfriend.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
what's his name?
Damon.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out.
Is he coming on? So he's going to come and see you?
I'll try and drag him along. Yeah.
Get him out. Well, I would threaten him with
moving
divorce.
out.
If he doesn't come.
It's over.
Yeah, you've done. So you said that. So your health and wellbeing kit didn't start because of lockdown.
Yeah, well, he's 6'5". He's quite a broad guy, and I was eating basically the same amount he was.
Oh, wasn't yeah.
So I went the other way.
Okay,
which isn't, it is what it is.
A lot of us did, yeah.
Lockdown did a lot of things to a lot of people, and I think it's not the worst thing that happened to me. That's for sure. So yeah, and then I've sort of done a bit of an 8-week
detox type thing
kind of thing recently, and yeah, it's been good.
Excellent, good for you.
Yeah.
Feel good?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You look great. So
Thanks very much.
No,
I feel good. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time talking about it really, but
okay.
No, not even that.
Moving on then.
I don't want to brag about it basically.
You should brag.
Yeah, but I feel good, and I think it's something that not necessarily in the aim to lose weight, but just to feel a bit healthier and happier.
Oh,
so.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, everything's all about the mindset and how you're feeling about yourself initially, and if you feel good about yourself, then good things happen.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
yeah, definitely.
What was your first exposure, I guess, to music, or what's your first memory of music?
It's funny, I've been watching the previous podcast.
Everyone's
doing a bit of research. What are they going to ask
doing
me?
homework all of a sudden.
I'll just I said this to Simon. Normally, I've been sending people like the questions so they could prep, and I've totally forgot to do it this time.
No,
that's more fun.
Fine.
That
Well,
fun.
I've been watching a
Surprise.
couple of episodes, and they're really nice to watch. To be fair, it's nice to sort of see what
thank
people
you
are
very
saying
much.
about it, and I really enjoyed watching
That's
it.
awesome.
So I suppose there's a few different occurrences really, but my grandma and granddad on my mum's side were quite musical. My granddad was in sort of a barbershop quartet when he was younger.
No way.
And yeah, he was,
My wife is the director of the barbershop choir in Selby.
oh no way!
And I sang barbershop for many years. I went to America because my chorus, my choir in Bristol, where I grew up, we were the British champions.
Could you not tell he was from Bristol?
Well, well, I can definitely now. Not before.
So we went to America and competed out in LA.
Oh, mint.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Well, do you know what choir he sang with?
I have no idea. No, sorry. I'm letting you down with the information
That's
now.
right.
I'm afraid,
That's still exciting.
But yeah,
it's exciting for me. I'm buzzed. I'm like,
he's had the musical influence throughout his sort of life, really. And then my grandma was in the choir at church, and she played piano, and her sort of brother played piano as well. So I've been brought up around that kind of music. But
Did you go to church?
I did a little bit as a kid, yeah. Fizzled out. I went to a Church of England primary school.
oh,
And
so
then,
did I,
so
yeah.
I sort of had to sing hymns and stuff
Yeah,
in,
sure.
in assembly and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not a religious person myself, really.
Cool.
I wouldn't count myself as
No,
that sort of
we're-
thing.
we're
Yeah,
definitely
well,
not.
100% definitely not religious.
Nothing against anybody who is religious.
No, definitely
but,
not, no. But, you know, sort of, I've been brought up with that sort of side of stuff. And then, but my dad played guitar when I was a kid. He sort of did a bit of a guitar group, I suppose, at the Shire Hall in Howden.
Right, okay.
And he used to play guitar, and me and my sister used to sing along. And the first song I can really remember us playing was "You're Still the One" by, is it Shania Twain? That's the one, yeah. And we used to sing that over and over again. My grandma and granddad used to love it.
Great.
It was like a little party piece.
How old were you then? Would you say?
Maybe. I mean, I was singing at the piano before I could even talk, to be fair. I'd be bouncing along singing songs without really singing them with my grandma playing piano. But
Was this in your grandma's house? Did she have a piano
she had a
in
piano in the
corner?
house, and I used to go around doing all this on the keys as you do
Brilliant.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it was real fun. But about 7 or 8 or so, when my dad was playing guitar and me and my sister were singing, my older sister, she doesn't sing anymore, which is a shame really, because she used to have a good set of pipes on her really, and we were called the Sparkle Sisters.
So was
you were called Sparkle Sisters.
Yeah, it was really
brilliant.
cute.
Did you have like sparkly outfits and shit?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, little bows in our hair and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was real cute.
If anyone's got a
great.
picture of Molly in the Sparkle Sisters, please post it on there.
Please don't.
Please do.
Very ugly child.
I don't believe it. I don't believe
you
it.
You got them influences. Do you have any sort of like early influences, like commercial kind of music, that kind of influence?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, my granddad used to listen to quite an eclectic mix, really. But the one song that sticks in my mind really is like, oh god, I'm trying to think of the name. Walk of Life. Is it Mark Knopfler?
Oh yeah.
Chet Atkins?
Dire Straits.
Dire
Straits,
Straits,
Mark
that's
Knopfler,
it, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
He played that on repeat, and me and my sister used to just sing and dance to it. So that kind of music was my granddad's influence, really. But my dad listened to a bit of like Paul Weller, that kind of side of things.
Nice. Good job.
So yeah, a bit of a mix, really. But I've never really had a specific genre I've really listened to. It's been, if I like it, I'll listen to it.
Yes.
So I'm into quite a lot of like maybe heavy metal sort of stuff, or well, not quite too heavy, but
How
heavy
heavy
is
is
it?
heavy? How heavy do you go?
well, I wouldn't say it was not by choice as such. My boyfriend actually is a drum tech for a band, and he was at a festival called Bloodstock at the weekend.
Oh, Bloodstock, yeah, I've heard of that.
And Lamb of God was
Lamb of God.
headlining.
Oh,
That's
God,
kind
yeah.
of quite heavy.
Yeah,
suppose.
quite heavy.
Yeah, so I was going around listening to that, and I enjoy that kind of music.
Oh, yeah,
like if
lovely,
I,
yeah.
if I like it, I'll listen to it. It doesn't have there's no genre really.
Yeah, I think me and Dudzi are pretty similar. Like, if we like it, we like it. I was saying to Sai earlier, I go from listening to like Radiohead to NWA in the same day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
If I like it, I like it. I'm a massive Spice Girls fan. Like,
Who is it?
bizarrely. I love the Spice Girls.
Who isn't?
He doesn't like the Spice Girls, but I love the Spice Girls. I love pop music. I love Backstreet Boys.
I think
Yeah.
at the time,
Anything you
they
can
were
have a
the.
dance to,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I want to sing to, you know. I love it.
Yeah.
I think at the time when Spice,
there,
at the
of
time
course.
at the time when Spice Girls came out, I think they were, because I was a like the 90s was one of my favourite eras, and like all the indie stuff. Yeah, there for you. Like the Britpop sort of era, and obviously Spice Girls just had this reputation for just being like cheesy, fucking,
cheese.
all girl groups. But then obviously as you get a little bit older, you kind of like you appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah,
they were out in the mainstream. They were having fun. And the tunes aren't that bad, to be honest. I've always fancied doing a cover of a Spice Girls tune. Because we
said that you should have admitted that on camera, dude. Well, yeah, I mean,
100%.
we do like to, we don't do many covers, but we do like to do like out of the box covers.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do girls.
definitely.
Girls watch girls.
Yeah,
Cindy
girls just want to have
Lauper.
fun.
Nice,
Cindy
yeah.
Lauper.
We do that. That's a pretty cheesy one. So other than Lamb of God, what other types of music would you listen to if you had a Spotify? If you had Spotify open, what would you go to?
Favourite band is Wolf Alice.
Wolf Alice,
Wolf
yeah,
Alice,
that's
brilliant,
Absolutely
great show.
love Wolf
Fantastic,
Alice.
yes.
I've
show.
loved them for quite a few years now, and I think they. I just wish I could be them. Basically, that's how I feel about them.
They're
I just
just
want to be
so-
Ellie
just want to be
They're
Russell.
just really. I've only seen like videos of them at Glastonbury, which my mate has been raving about. Big
Yeah.
Phil, shout out to Big Phil.
Yeah.
And he showed me like videos of them at Glastonbury, and I'm just like,
Absolutely
wow.
insane
They're
live.
just
I love
absolutely
them
brilliant.
live. So
Like,
good.
full of energy.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah, and the music is pretty good as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's something that I sort of got into in college. A guy I went to college with, he was really into him, and then at the time, my boyfriend at the time, he was really into him. So that's when I started listening to him. But yeah, I just think the music, the way that the words are written, and they just, I don't know, I just find them a really interesting band. I can kind of relate to their music quite a lot, and I wish I could write songs like they write them, really.
So do you use that as like a kind of like influence when you're writing your own songs, or?
It's funny because I don't really write my own songs as much as I used to. I don't really write any at all now. I used to write quite a lot. I know, and this is it. And I do a lot of cover stuff now.
Yeah.
I was chatting to you obviously about this before doing the gig, and yeah, I do a lot of covers, and I think it's mainly just because that's what people want from you. And I know that obviously
It depends where.
yeah,
though,
it depends where you're at.
I do.
Hopefully
Predominantly a lot of the gigs I do,
Yeah.
covers are just what is acceptable and kind of what works as well. Like I do a few weddings and things like that, and you know, you can't really turn
weddings and stuff. Yeah,
It really depends. It really depends on what like you said, what the scenario is.
Yeah.
Like, if you're at a wedding, like, I agree. Like people want to dance to the songs they know.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't think that should stop you from writing your songs at the same time.
No, definitely not. I hit a brick wall a few years ago, and I've never really got over that brick wall, and it's annoying because
Happens sometimes.
yeah, and it's annoying because like I say, I listen to these artists that really inspire me, but the inspiration, I don't know, I just want to get over that brick wall and start writing stuff again, but I'm quite self, I don't know what the word is, critical. Yeah. I always have been. I've never really enjoyed playing my own songs, but people like to hear my own songs, so I always have done.
We cannot wait. So hopefully,
So yeah,
we want to hear.
I'm not really like bigging myself up here about all this stuff.
No.
Hopefully that coming and playing at centre stage, you're gonna have the audience that are there to listen. To I know you're gonna stick a couple of covers in there just to fill your set up a little bit, but hopefully this will get your inspiration back and hopefully get you writing again.
Yeah,
more
100%.
confidence, because people are going to be there to watch original music.
I'm really excited for it, to be fair, because it's been a long time since I've done predominantly a full set of originals.
I can't wait with Buzzer.
Bar a couple of covers here and there, but yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Are you, with your covers, are you going to bring the loop pedal?
I will bring the loop.
Yeah,
definitely.
But well, as soon as you says, I do covers with a loop pedal, I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He fucking loves it.
I love my loop pedal. It's made I think, in a way, that's kind of another reason why I've stopped writing as many originals, because I hear a song and think, that sounds fucking great on a loop pedal. I'm going to learn that, and then I spend so much time learning these songs on the loop pedal that I don't have the time then to write my own songs.
We used to be in a trio and a cover trio, and we did Groove Is in the Heart on the loop pedal.
Oh, man.
We built it up. It was about 6 and odd minutes long. We had like tambourine. We had like a pan, whistles, the beep.
Yeah.
And then we had a pan with a knife, and ding, 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 and then we'd obviously layer up a lot of harmonies as well. And it was so much fun. And that was obviously me and Rich and a female vocalist, a lead vocalist. And we'd have like shout out to Nat, and we'd have like 3-part harmonies going on. It was such good fun. And then obviously Nat ended up having to go into hospital and having an operation, so it kind of and then obviously me and Rich, we kind of like got stuck into the natural antagonist stuff, and then it was kind of like we ended up just constantly doing the natural antagonist stuff. But
it's cool, like, because to have someone do covers on a loop pedal is, to me anyway, vastly more interesting than just seeing someone sing a song that that anyone could like. Because I've never really used a loop pedal. Well, I don't have the patience to learn, but because I'm the other way, I can't bother to do. I want to just write songs. I like writing songs. I don't really like playing guitar, to be honest. It's like a means to an end for me. But when I see people do stuff on loop pedals, I'm just like, that's interesting as shit. Because you can add. There's so much more you can add.
100%. It's made my set so much more, like, way more interesting. Just because.
Do you start with a beat or something like that, or do you just start
I do
with
a lot of
riff
harmonies with it.
Nice.
So
Nice. Brilliant.
I wouldn't. It's funny. My guitar was where I started doing music, but I wouldn't really call myself a guitarist in a way. I can play guitar, but my voice is really my main instrument. So I try and use my voice as much as I can. I do a bit of a rhythm on the strings and stuff like that, and I have a little leg shaker if I want to add a little bit of extra rhythm. But my voice is the main thing that I use to try and build it up and make it a bit more exciting, really.
I'm a big harmony dude.
100%. I love harmonies. Just
I've got a weird brain for it where I just know harmony. I don't know why or how. I've always been able to.
You'll sing with melody, and like I think I sung him like a bit of a melody from a new song I've written just recently, and literally within 30 seconds, right, I've already got the harmony sorted.
Yeah.
I have a weird brain for it,
I get not shouted at, but we were in the car, me and Damon, and we'll be driving along, and the song come on, and all I'll do is sing the harmony, and he'll be like, "Can you stop? Oh my god, it's not the part where the harmonies are," and I'm like, "I don't care. I'm adding my own."
That's funny enough how I got into barbershop, because my uncle sang in the barbershop choir in Bristol, and like whenever he gave me a lift when I was a kid, shout out to Uncle Ken.
Ken Godsall.
Ken Godsall, yeah. He always recognised that I would be singing the harmonies where there weren't any harmonies to songs. And like as a teenager, obviously I kept doing it. And then when he got to, I think I was 18, he did like an open day for the choir, and he was like, "Oh, well, will you come along and because I need to bring someone along." I was like, "Yeah, of course." So that's how I got into, because he noticed that I was singing the harmonies in the car. But I'm the same as you. I just constantly sing harmonies. Like,
I can't help myself.
No, I'm same as you. Really can't. Same as you. I love it.
It's a blessing and a curse.
I think it's a curse too. I love
Definitely
it.
a blessing.
Damon, shh, let us sing the harmonies.
Yeah, just let me do it.
He never sings.
Actually, he's 6'5". No, I'm on his side.
If there's ever a song on the radio or we're listening to something in the car, he'll never sing like the main vocal line. It'll always be like, and he'll be singing this harmony. How the fuck do you do that, bastard? But then obviously that's where it works for us, because obviously I'm not a singer, so he sort of like he goes, right, you sing this bit, and it seems to work.
What kind of songs do you do harmonies from a loop pedal? What covers?
So at the moment my favourite is another artist I'm really into, which might surprise you, but it's Harry Styles. Absolutely love Harry Styles.
I don't know any Harry Styles songs.
I don't know any Harry Styles songs.
He is a beautiful human being.
Is he?
Sorry, Damon, but he is.
Do you want us to edit that bit out?
No, leave that in, that's totally fine.
We don't edit.
No, he knows.
Sorry, Damon.
He knows. Whenever you come to this TV news,
I saw him in Manchester a couple of months ago now.
Okay, cool.
Insane, great show.
Whereabouts? Manchester?
The cricket ground.
Oh, Trafford Cricket Ground.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Didn't he do a shout out to his teacher or something? Or was that somewhere else?
Yeah, I think because there was 2 nights there. We went to the second one. I think the first night he did do that.
Was it the first night? Because I heard something about that.
Secret Harry Styles.
I don't know any Harry Styles.
I don't know any Harry Styles. But I do know that at that concert he shouted his teacher at.
You know when you're doing the lame ass sort of like when you get sucked into videos on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, then you come across it.
So. Harry Styles.
Yeah, Harry Styles.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. No, absolutely. yeah, Harry Styles is probably my favourite one at the moment. What else do? I do a Hoosiers song. Sadness Runs Through Him by Hoosiers.
Cool.
Wolf Alice. You can't not obviously do a Wolf Alice song if you're your favourite band, obviously. So yeah, I've got a few going at the moment.
Do you use the lyric pedal for any of your like original songs?
No, it's one thing that I'm trying to work on actually, because
that could be a way of getting back in. You see, you get back into your groove.
I'm thinking of writing, or just writing a little bit of maybe 4 bars of something and just looping it around and seeing where I go with that.
Exactly it, mate.
I think that's the
played
best
about
way
with
to
that
do
idea
it. That
and-
is definitely. So have you revitalised a couple of your originals?
Yeah, so there was a song that I used to play this is going back, I don't even know how long, maybe 7 or 8 years ago now. And I wrote it after I broke up with an ex-boyfriend when I was like 16. So heartbroken. But the lyrics and stuff are actually quite nice, and I've sort of revisited the lyrics and kind of wrote the music a little bit again. And
one of the songs on our first album, which you can see just there, is called Spotlight. It's my mum's favourite that I do, and it's about a girl I dated when I was 17. And there's another song, 1999, on our album, which everyone loves. And that's about my girlfriend when I was 16. So I think that teen angst is
that's it, isn't
so
it?
much. When you're happy, like in a relationship, or whatever, it's very hard to.
It's hard to write when
you
you're not
need
going
that,
through a horrendous
you need
breakup,
that angst.
really.
You just ask Damien to break up with you for a bit,
just for a
get you
little
upset,
while.
just for a week or two, write some songs quickly.
Yeah,
and get back together
100%. No,
again.
please don't break up.
I don't think that songs can come from anywhere.
Yeah, I agree,
100%.
but
Sometimes
you
you can write a song in a couple of days. Sometimes it takes a couple of months to get a song finished off. Yeah, and that's what I love about it.
I think looping the bars is we do that in the studio when we're writing songs or new songs. Is that we just one of us will just write and just slam together a bit of a few ideas, like a few drum ideas or whatever, and then we'll just loop it and we'll loop it and then we'll just dick about on the guitar until we find something.
Yeah,
and like, that's the one.
Sometimes it's just trial and error, innit?
It's all it is.
And
it's
it's
trial
sort
and
of
error.
accepting that it's like you've got to accept it's actually pretty good, and that's one thing that I've got to get over, the barrier of saying actually I like this song. Like I do have a couple of songs that I have written that I don't mind, but I've never been like, oh, I really love this song. But I think that's just the self-criticalness of me. A lot of people have come up to me saying, oh, that song's really, like, I can relate to that song, or, I really enjoyed, listening to it, however, but to me, I'm like, oh, it's alright. It's alright.
I think you need to be self-critical. You sound like people come up to you saying they can relate to it, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
that's kind of what you want.
Do you know what, it's so nice to
Even
hear
if
that
just
as well.
one person comes up and says, I really enjoyed that, then you've obviously done a job.
Definitely.
Or done the job.
Yeah.
We've always been of that kind of persuasion or ilk or whatever, that if one person loves it, then we've done our job. If you've got a crowd of, even if it's a crowd of like 100 people and only one likes it, and I don't care, that one person's buzzing.
Yeah. That one person's going to go away and go, either check out our album, follow us on Facebook. So every gig that we do, luckily for us, majority of the people seem to like what we do. So
get rebooks and stuff, so that's what it's all about. But it's having the confidence as well to do that. So I think you should maybe zone in on that. Zone in on the positive.
Yeah. I mean,
I
always remember this one time I played at it was, what was it? Oh, it was a little sort of music afternoon at the Shire Hall, and I sort of sang a couple of songs, and the guy, it was really sweet actually. I'm trying to remember how the story went, but yeah. So this older guy, I think he was sort of, I want to say maybe 80 odd years old, bless him. He came up to me and he said, that song you sang, my wife died and it reminded me of her. And when I was like, no, you're gonna make me cry. And he showed me, he had a little picture of her around his neck. And and that, I think that was when I started accepting a little bit that, my songs can't be half bad, because that guy just came up to me and said something about his, late wife, So I have moments, and then other moments I'm like, nah, they're all shit. I'm gonna scrap them all, start again. But this is why I'm really looking forward to it, because it's, like I say, it's very rare that I get to play a full set of, or pretty much a full set of songs.
We definitely encourage it, and we're really excited to have you, but we're excited about the amount. I think there's too many. I must understand your comment about doing weddings and whatnot, like about doing covers. There's so many people, like talented people, who are doing like original music in this area that just don't get the opportunity to do original music, and we're like, well, fuck that. Like, let's do something where people get the opportunity to do, because like a lot of people want to do that, and it's good just to get that encouragement and yeah, we
The thing is,
really want to.
there's a lot of open mics around, and we get the feeling that people are just a little bit hold themselves back from going and performing their own songs. There's maybe one or two people, obviously Big Phil, shout out to Big Phil again. He that's all he plays. He doesn't do any covers. He just plays it. So he will go to open mics and he will play his originals. But there's not many others.
Yeah.
So obviously what we're trying to do is we're trying to create some sort of music scene where people are going to feel comfortable to come out and play the original songs.
But also a supportive and like safe place for people to come and do it as well.
Yeah,
I think what we've got so far is a nice. The first two set stages have been great, and we've had everyone's hanging around to watch other people and they're talking. There's no enviousness or jealousy or egos or any of that shit.
Yeah, and that is the one thing that's really like a bit fucked up with the music side of stuff. When you go to a gig and someone's like, "So they're being real judgmental," I just think, do you know what? The fact that they've gone up there, they've played their music, and you've got to appreciate other musicians.
Anybody that gets up on that stage and has a go gets my respect.
Absolutely, 100%.
There are loads of people that I've seen locally that the music maybe isn't my cup of tea, but I'm still going to fucking support them.
Yeah.
I'm like, you go up on stage and singing the music you love, and there's someone else in this audience who's going to love it. Just because I don't like it personally doesn't mean you're bad. It just means that it's not my kind of music. Like,
exactly.
Like, it's not about whether I like it individually, it's about the audience and, like I said, that one person who might like it, but also being supportive even if you don't like that kind of music.
It's just the support in it, because at the end of the day, if you were up on stage, you'd want those to be just as supportive for you.
And that's what we've had from the last couple of centre stages where, you've got people that are coming and they're obviously supporting. They've been asked to come by one of the artists, so they come. But they're staying and they're watching everybody else.
That's great.
And obviously, what we also try and do is, I was saying to Si in the previous podcast that we try and have like totally different styles. So we've got four featured artists. Obviously, there's yourself, there's Simon. Obviously, you heard one of Simon's songs then.
Great tune, shout
and we've got shout out Simon Maywood.
Taking our job.
Yeah. We got Stella Anderson from Leeds, who's piano.
Oh, Min,
playing the pianist. Really hopefully, I don't know. She might bring a guitar as well. I've watched a few of the videos.
We want the piano. Bring the pianos.
And then we've got a guy called Harrison Rimmer.
That name rings a bell somehow.
He's kind of maybe a little bit famous in these parts.
He's quite popular, sort of like in the York area. And he's currently on tour at the moment. He gets all over the place. Yeah. I've been following him for the last 2 or 3 years, and he's got a really nice style, really rough, raw,
rocky,
round the edges. Really, he's got like that really nice sort of like gruffy sort of voice, and obviously that's what we're trying to create. We're not trying to have two artists that are very similar.
Yeah.
We want to show the whole spectrum of the area has got to offer, like what.
Yeah, and I think that there is a lot of really, really good local, and maybe not even to this area as in particularly, but around this surrounding area, there's so many great artists, and I think the scene at the moment isn't great.
It's not
really. Let's be honest.
It's not. No, it's just cover central.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not saying there's anything wrong with cover bands,
and there isn't, because it's nice to have it like a party or a wedding or like, you want to have
Saturday night in the local pub or whatever.
And just have a good dance and
of course. There's nothing wrong with that either.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. But the music scene for original artists, original bands, it's not great.
No.
And this is what we're trying to change. Obviously, we're not going to change the world, but we're making
dream big.
We're making waves. We're making big steps. Like I said, we've done 2. Obviously, I missed the last one, which was good, but it was still brilliant. I was involved in all the build up, the promotion, and everything like that. And so hopefully.
Is there anything that you think that we're not doing already that we could do, or that anyone could do in the area to try and beef up the kind of scene around original music?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know. I think it's a case of people just supporting it. I think you can sort of put on what you want, but unless people support it,
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest battle, to be honest.
Yeah. You're not wrong there.
We're just trying to get everyone to. One of the reasons we're trying to get like everyone to bring someone along or a bunch of people along is because. We said to Si earlier, the more people we can reach, the more people will talk about it and say, oh, it's a really good original music night, and not everyone's going to come who says they're going to come, but the more you can get it spreading around, hopefully people will come back and see another one.
Yeah, definitely.
And hopefully other artists will come back again and just watch and that kind of thing. And if we can kind of create that.
And at the same time, hopefully trying to, because we think there's a lot of artists out there that are just sort of bubbling under the surface.
Stuck in their bedroom.
It gives them that platform, doesn't it, at the end of the day? And that platform is so important, like...
It's a safe, like, warming, welcoming atmosphere as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's... I mean, I wouldn't be doing music now if I didn't have the platforms when I was 14, 15, 16 years old. Sort of starting off, getting the guts to actually go up and do a few songs on stage. To start with, if I didn't have that platform, I still wouldn't be doing music now. And I think when you're starting up, even if you're not that young, if you're starting up at, you know, whatever age... You need that platform to start off with, don't you?
How old were you when you started playing guitar?
About 8 or 9 when I started playing guitar, but gigging properly when I was about 14, 15.
We'd love to get some younger people along as well. So
we were thinking about doing maybe a youth edition.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously centre stage, it's more a concept, so it can be taken anywhere. And so it doesn't necessarily have to stay in the number one, the Crescent.
Also, the problem with being in a bar is that it's difficult with under 18s, but we love to get like some like teen, like, you know, college kids to do it. So we're gonna try and do like something somewhere where it's not in a bar and put on an event for the kids as well.
Maybe like a little community centre or something somewhere.
That's a lot of the time when I was starting off. I'd sing at the Junction in Goole.
Okay.
And we did. I did a youth music programme there called School of Rock.
Yeah.
And that's what gave me a lot of the platforms to be able to do gigs. Shout out to Chris Miley.
Chris Miley, that's the second shout out to Chris Miley.
Oh, is it? Great guy.
Simon Raywood, he recorded his album.
Strange Reality Music. Yeah, nice. Yes, Chris is. I've got a lot to thank Chris for, really, because he gave me a lot of good platforms to start doing music and. Yeah, hats off to him.
Have you got any recordings out there? Anything on
I've got
Spotify?
I've got a few things on SoundCloud, but again...
Where's that?
What's your SoundCloud address?
It'll just be Molly Curtis Music, I think.
Molly Curtis Music on SoundCloud?
Check it out.
I'm sure it is. There's quite a few Molly Curtises on SoundCloud, so you might have to filter through a couple, but it's definitely Molly Curtis Music.
The one
so what,
good.
Is there anything really in particular? Is it like an EP or is it just like songs?
No, it's just random recordings, really. I'm not very good at getting myself in and doing recordings.
Well, we've got a lovely studio upstairs. If you ever want to come and record any acoustic stuff, we're set up for acoustic recordings. Okay. So if you ever want to come and do some, we're cheap and fun.
Check out
two of my favourite things.
And we like to check out our album because we did it all ourselves.
Oh, mint, yeah.
And we've got a new album coming out, which is all ourselves. But we go a bit crazy, so we end up putting strings and shit, and like cello. We've got like violins and all sorts of. I've been doing an album with our friend Eve, and she came in. She was like, "I just want to be acoustic," and me singing an acoustic guitar. I was like, "All right, okay." And
then she came out, and next thing, Rich has laid down he's got a laying down like 20 different harmonies. He's put like cello here, violin here, guitar bits then. And she absolutely loves it.
Oh, nice.
And she's just like, I fucking love it now.
Yeah, definitely.
Now she's in. She's like, "Can we do this? Can we do that?" Yeah.
Oh, man.
So it's always good fun to record. And I like helping out and finding new people to work with.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm my own worst enemy with stuff like this because I have a lot of hobbies and interests and.
Like what?
Well, I have a little baking business on the side.
Nice.
Wow!
I do sort of celebration cakes, cupcakes, things like that.
I pricked up then when I heard cakes.
Cake. I actually brought some along. I feel like.
Say, why did you not bring any of these cakes along?
Sorry.
If you didn't bring
next
them to the
time,
stage, I'm going to be very, very angry.
I will make sure.
So what
I have to bring some for centre stage.
Yeah. What's that called?
That's Molly's Bakes and Cakes.
Molly's Bakes and Cakes.
On Instagram if you want to have a look.
On Instagram.
Facebook.
Anything on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Molly's Bakes and
Molly's Bakes and Cakes.
Brilliant.
Trying to start off. I started it a little bit in lockdown, as a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm.
I baked for years though,
and
I've always loved it. But yeah, I started it a bit in lockdown, and I've kind of started it as a bit of a side hustle, if you want to call it.
Side
hustle. Job, and the economy the way it is, you kind of got to try and make a little bit of extra cash where you can.
What else? What are your other hobbies then?
So I like to go to the gym, do a bit of sport. My job predominantly is to do with sport and well-being. So My favourite sport? For this I will say football for my boyfriend's.
Don't go down this route. You know, what's your favourite sport?
No, to be fair,
Who does he
I used to swim a lot, and my swimming, if you can't tell from my very broad shoulders, I was a massive swimmer when I was a kid.
Okay,
I loved
cool.
swimming.
Nice.
Volleyball, I used to play a lot of volleyball, netball, things like that. But a lot of sports I've kind of not. I don't do the sports as much. I go to the gym like pretty regularly and stuff. But my job's a community sports coach.
Oh, wow, nice.
So I get to go into schools and play loads of fun games with kids and
Brilliant.
do a bit of bocce with some older people as well. So my job's real varied and I really enjoy it. So
That's great stuff.
Not stuck in the same four walls then, which is great.
Which is amazing. So and at the moment with it being some holidays, we are doing something pretty much every day. So that's also very, very exciting for me to get out and do stuff.
So you
What do you
freelance
do after
then, self-employed?
Sorry, say again.
Are you freelance, like self-employed?
No, it's for the East Riding Council that I work for.
Oh, for the council?
Yeah. So that's my sort of full-time day job. And then by night I am either baking
Molly's
in my kitchen or I'm singing songs.
I like the juxtaposition of being sporty and liking sports and going to the gym in your free time, but also baking a fuck ton of cake.
Yeah.
I love the duality of that.
Yeah, well, one sort of helps the other.
I go to the gym so I can eat the fucking
cakes. The more
cakes.
gym I do, the more cake I can eat. So that's the only reason why I do it.
That works. That definitely works.
I've left my book of questions and I've forgotten the question. Notable gigs.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so have you got any notable gigs that you'd like to talk about?
It sticks in the memory.
A favourite gig that you've ever done?
There's one gig when I worked with a band called Rhodes. They were sort of from Goole, a couple of lads from the School of Rock programme I sort of did. And it was hilarious how it came about. We were doing a gig together and we did a bit of a practice. And I used to play, well I still do cover a song by Ellie Goulding, Guns and Horses.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off quite nice and slow, and we were just practicing this song, and I was starting off real nice and slow. And as I was playing, each band member just decided to just kind of come up and join me on stage, and one by one they used to go behind their instrument, plug the guitar in.
Presuming they knew the song themselves.
They knew the song because they'd heard me cover it before, and then it came to the chorus and you just hear this ding ding, like proper thrashing on the guitar and the drums going, and we just smashed the rest of the song. Nice. And it was a great feeling because we
were you not expecting that then?
Well, we practiced it, and when we practiced it, we all just looked at each other and went, "Fucking hell! Like, where did that come from? That sounds amazing!" So for our gig, we did a little bit of a party piece, and that was the party piece of like one by one they'd come, sort of fiddling on the guitar, like as if they're pretending that they're not really supposed to be there, and then all of a sudden you'd just hear the chorus come in, and then it'd go crazy. So that was pretty cool.
When was that? Where was that?
That was at the Bell and Crown in Snaith for
Bell and Crown,
Snaith
Fest.
Yeah, that was a few years ago now, but. Yeah, that was a really good gig. I really enjoyed that because we used to do a few gigs together, and I used to do a couple with them. As sort of like their honorary singer, their other singer Matty, and it's funny because there's a lot of nostalgic memories with music with them guys, because it was when I first started doing gigs. We had this real tight-knit group in the School of Rock group. There's another girl called Beth Hubbard, which I can't not mention.
Beth Hubbard.
She's amazing.
Shout out to Beth Hubbard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've tried to get her on centre stage, but she lives in Liverpool now.
She lives in Liverpool now, I know.
And I'm just like,
I can't believe she's left me.
Because she played Tom Pudding last week.
Yeah, and the Jenny Wren
the Jenny something pub, I can't remember. It's all to do with Sid's Famous Busker Night. Shout out Sid's Famous Busker Night. Sid's given us a few opportunities. We've played the Tom Pudding pub a couple of times.
And John, for that matter.
Yeah, and John, of course.
And John, John Drakeley music.
Jelly Baby.
But yeah, I got... somehow, I found you guys, Beth and yourself, doing the lockdown live lounges, because I was the moderator for the... Well, I'm still the moderator for the page. And yeah, I really liked Beth's stuff. Because she sings really from the heart, and she sings about her own life experiences.
Yeah, definitely. Her songwriting is amazing.
Yeah, obviously she sings about how she feels. Because I think she was in a relationship and it broke up, and the songs were almost like a "fuck you," sort of thing. But like really melodic and everything. Now I really liked her. So I've been trying to get her on the. But yeah, she lives in Liverpool.
Yeah,
so I'm just like,
it's real. it's funny because we sort of were in a band together, me and Beth and another girl called Hannah, called Six Strings, and we were sort of put together as a bit of a I don't know, put together for a gig basically, to do with School of Rock and the Junction and all this kind of stuff. We supported Gino Washington, which was a really cool gig. But we put together for that, and then we sort of thought, oh, this works really well actually. Let's carry on. So we did a few gigs. We did Selby Battle of the Bands and came second, first all female.
Wow, where was that battle? Was it the Town Hall?
Yeah, the Town Hall. Yeah. Back in I think 2013-14 sort of way on. So quite a while ago. But yeah, we did a lot of stuff together, and Beth, I mean, I think this is another reason why I feel so crap about my own songwriting, because Beth is just so good. Do you know?
You compare yourself to other people's music.
Do you know what I mean? I know you can't, obviously, but Beth is just so good at songwriting.
There was a video.
She's a great artist as well. So
there was a video I think that Beth had put on not so long ago, a couple of weeks ago. Did you get to play a song together at some sort of festival or a gig or something?
It was at Tom Pudding, actually.
Was that at the Tom Pudding?
Yeah.
Because I watched that, and there was you two like slamming the harmonies out.
Yeah, we used to, well, this is it. This is another reason why I love harmony so much, because I used to do a lot of singing with Beth, and she can, you know, our voices somehow just work really well together. So
nice.
It's a shame because we started to work together a bit more, and then she got the job in Liverpool and moved to Liverpool. So I was like, we've just started to connect again. Now we are buggering off.
Brilliant. I mean, you and Beth have on centre stage.
Yeah,
I would love to harmonise with you.
Oh, well.
I'll be a stand-in.
Well, thanks. I'm always looking for people to harmonise.
Oh,
Because Damon doesn't let me. No, I'm joking.
Sorry, Damon. We'll both harmonise with you. We're happy to do it. We love some harmonies.
I love harmonies. Another reason why I got a loop pedal was so that I could just harmonise with myself, really.
Yeah.
So
the other question we ask everyone is, if you were on a desert island...
Oh, yeah. I like this question.
If you could pick one musician to spend the rest of your days on a desert island with, who would it be?
And why?
I listened to this question on, correct me if I'm wrong, is it Dion?
Dion, yeah. She said her dad.
Yeah, and I loved that answer as well. That was really sweet. And no offence to my dad, but I wouldn't do that with him.
You've had enough of it.
I love him to bits, honestly. But, yeah.
Sorry, Molly's dad.
Sorry, Dad. But I found it... I was trying to think of an answer just in case you asked me this question, and I thought... I actually have no idea. I think, to me, hanging around with Wolf Alice would be the coolest thing I could ever do. I met Ellie after a gig, very, very briefly. It wasn't anything special. It was just a quick, hi, oh my god. Like, freak out moment.
Bit starstruck,
Please, can you start a ticket? Thank you. Okay, bye. So I had a little meltdown, but... I don't know, I feel like hanging around with them, you know, I know it's all on social media and you see a different person to maybe what they actually are, but you just look at that band and they have so much fun together. And I think that would be just sick, do you know?
Mine, if I was asked that question, mine would be him, because
that's so sweet. Guys.
No, it would be, because I'm partial to a ginger.
Well,
but not just because
you had to get the ginger bit in there somewhere, didn't you?
But because we have so much fun hanging out and doing music, and we're pretty much always on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And also, I can do anything, any type of music I want, and if it's good, I'll dig it. And I'm sure there's vice versa. Anything that brings table, you see. Yeah. So I don't think it's necessarily always about, because a lot of people have been like, oh well, I do so and so because such a great musician. It's like, yeah, but like why I like Dion's answer and why I like your answer is because it's someone you get on with and you can have fun with, rather than just be about music, you know, having, because a lot of music's like having fun, you know. So what's
100%.
Yeah, I get amazing with him, and when we're together making music, it's fun.
And I think as well, like when you're in your most relaxed state, that's when the best things can
creative,
happen.
100%.
So I think if you're around people that you enjoy being around, that's half the battle in it at the end of the day. I mean, again, I would probably say Beth as well, to be fair, because she did help me write a couple of my songs. My uncle James, bless him, a couple of my very early songs, he sort of sat down with me in the kitchen on holiday one year and was like, right, we're going to sit and write songs together, and that's what we did. We just wrote a couple of songs, and that was really nice.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Brilliant.
Amazing. So have you got any gigs upcoming to tell us about other than Centre Stage?
I've got quite, to be fair, August's been crazy. I've got quite a few. So I've got one on is it this Sunday? Yes, this Sunday at Cliff. I think they've got like a beer festival.
Cool.
Saturday and Sunday.
Cliff, that's local, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm singing there on Sunday, I think around 4 o'clock-ish.
We may not have the podcast ready before
Okay.
Sunday,
so
the previous Sunday, Molly was playing at Cliff Beer Festival. Yeah, she fucking rocked it.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Where else am I singing? I'm singing, obviously.
We can't see you on Friday because we're going to be gigging in a Christian that time on Sunday. So otherwise we'd come and watch.
Shame. No, it's not fun. I'm singing at a wedding on Saturday actually, which I'm kind of looking forward to. That should be really nice.
Cool. So
is this like a couple of sets, full
it's,
90 minutes?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, about an hour and a half or so.
Amazing.
Yeah, I quite like weddings. They're just nice to just.
Yeah, I like a wedding.
I know you're always a bit background noisy, but
yeah,
they're nice, aren't they? Really? Who doesn't love a good wedding?
And if you, I don't drink.
I'm not being background. I will never do a gig where I'm just background music. We did a gig. Me and Rich did a gig about a month or so ago.
Horse and jockey.
And it felt like we were just background music, and afterwards it was just like. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like
it's not always
we
the
were.
nicest feeling, I must admit. And again, another reason why weddings are sometimes you just do covers because you just sort of touch on it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm trying to think of the gigs. I've got quite a few coming up.
Have you got anywhere do you put more on Facebook and stuff? Is there a calendar on Facebook?
I am absolutely rubbish at updating my social
media. I don't use it at all, so I know nothing about it.
But what is your social media?
But my
you got
social
Facebook?
media, if you would like to, I do have Facebook, so it's facebook.com/Molly Curtis Music. I do tend to post them eventually. I do get round to it, but I'm pretty crap at updating my social media, I'm not gonna lie. But
it's a nightmare sometimes, isn't it? Just trying to keep on top of it, and you're just like, oh god, do I have to go on this fucking thing again?
Complaining about social media because I know that obviously to get anywhere nowadays you need to be good at social media, and I'm not. So
it's a very good tool.
Yeah, 100%.
If you use it wisely, but then again, it can be such a shit thing. It's just, oh for fuck's sake, I've got to do this again. You know.
I'm banned from social media because I can't.
Yeah, he's not allowed.
I don't have any filter, so.
Well, that's fair enough. Sometimes things need to be said, and sometimes it's
I think the whole thing is meant to be professional, and I'm not very good at that kind of side of things. So fuck it.
Yeah, but I find what works is
dogs.
one post every day. Yeah, one post you got to post daily.
Yeah,
right.
That is
but not too much.
It's like an extra job in it.
So what you find is obviously the dogs aren't here, otherwise you'd know about it. But they're like cute as fuck. So Robbie and Chewy, and like just. Like a picture of them sat next to a guitar, just like ding, there you go. That's worth a post, and I find get more engagement out of a picture of one of the cute little dogs or Theo the cat than they do with any other post that we put on.
Definitely.
So it's just about keeping people engaged and just kind of I find if you do it every day. Just one post a day, as long as you're not putting like multiple posts. Oh, dude, it's gone off.
Oh.
If you put in like last 20 minutes, then you have to go back and switch it on again. It's something that I don't know what it is.
Even though I just press the record button, hope for the best.
So you just put sort of like, as long as you're not putting too many posts on, like what we've had for dinner and shit like that. We don't put bollocks like that on. But that one's twisting round, dude. It's not quite got you there.
Well, it's been like that the whole time, so it's okay.
No,
don't worry about it. No one wants to see me.
We can edit that.
I'm not the important one. Don't give a shit about looking at me.
So yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
But if you only post sort of like once a week and stuff like that, you don't really pop up on people's news feeds very much.
Which I've noticed a lot with my baking side of things, because I'm trying to obviously promote that a little bit now. And
perfect platform.
And
what's the name again?
Molly's Bakes and Cakes.
Molly's Bakes and Cakes.
Yeah, so I've obviously, like you say,
post
something every day. And that's what I'm trying to do on that page, and it has made a difference. So it's kind of keeping on top of everything.
And it's kind of getting people to like it and share it themselves.
But again, it goes back to the whole. You can post what you want out there, but unless people react with it, it makes it very hard to grow that side of things, I suppose.
Yeah.
So.
Right, well, thank you so much for coming on and chatting to us. It's been a real pleasure to meet you.
Is it over already?
Yeah,
we've been going for 45 minutes.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's flown by, isn't it?
That's so bad. This is why we enjoy it so much, because you get lost in the moment and you sort of like...
It's just really
you end up going off on little
thinking about it,
go off on little tangents. And
we've tried to keep it like the reason we did it here and on the sofa is because we thought, like, we want it to be relaxed and
it's informal, isn't it?
Sit on the sofa and chat bollocks.
Yeah, why not?
And also promote yourself as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know?
And we get to meet new people, and hopefully people will remember us and as well. So it's not completely. We said it's not completely selfless, but it's good for us to get to meet other musicians around the area. So it's a really good opportunity, and find out more about rather than just see people singing songs at open mics.
Well, that's it, and it's nice to
know more about you and
you turn up to
today.
gigs sometimes and you think, oh, I don't know who these people are, and you're
just
hi, I'm playing my set, and then I'm going, bye.
Well, that's the other good thing about centre stage.
You get to know the people a bit more, and that's nice.
Trying to get people, the artists, to chat to each other and stuff at the end was great. Like the last one, seeing people, just mingling and talking. Like Dion was chatting to Eve, and Rich was chatting to Dion. These people that I've never met before.
I missed all this.
Aww.
Fucking COVID.
Shit. I've had it 3 times now.
3?
Jesus, that was the first time I'd had it. 3?
3 times.
Fuck me.
Can't stay away, can it?
It loves you. So yeah, it's great for like it's hopefully going to be a good event for people to socialise as well as play the music.
Yeah.
So.
Obviously, we'll be pushing it on social media, so
I'll be
obviously share it as much as you can. If you can get some people down, that'll be brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a few people if they can come. So.
Obviously, the other artists will be trying to do that. Plus, there's loads of other people that'll be coming anyway because they've been there before in the previous ones. Because obviously it's building up now. Yeah. And it's starting to get a little bit popular. People are coming off the back. Oh, it's centre stage. Let's go out and go watch some original music.
Yeah.
Speaking of original music, what song are you going to do for us?
I'm going to do Where Now.
Where Now?
It's called, yeah.
Amazing. Great stuff. Right, Molly, Curtis, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks very much.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
You will.
Yeah, brilliant.
Cheers.
Woo.